Hey out there, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. This is Joe. If you don't already know me, my channel is about everything. Uh, there's no really specific direction of my channel. I talk a little bit about motorcycles. I talk about the log home that we built. Take some trips, show some footage of trips, tractor talk. There's, product reviews. There's a little of everything on my channel. So, uh, hopefully, this video, if you found your way to it, it's because you're looking into leaf blowers, and hopefully, I can give you some insight as to why I picked the STIHL BR450, and why I picked it over some of the other STIHL leaf blowers, like the BR600, 700, and 800 leaf blowers, or even the lower end blowers like the BR200 or 350. So uh, hopefully at the end of this video, you will, maybe it'll help you decide. So, but before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about my property and what I bought it for, and then I'll turn the camera around and we'll walk around. So, for the past 3.5, I'd say almost four, this is our fourth fall cleanup season here. Uh, I've tried a couple different methods. The first 2 years, I would just take my little 20-volt DeWalt battery powered leaf blower and I would blow the leaves into little piles all over the yard. And then I would go and I'd take my Kubota tractor and I'd go over with the bucket and I'd take a rake and I'd rake it into the bucket. And then I'd dump the bucket into the back of my pickup truck and I'd take the leaves to the dump. Uh, that is a really arduous process. It would like it. The last 3 years have taken me 25 to 30 hours of my time over 2 to 3 weekends, cleaning leaves and taking them to the dump. And I just, the older you get, it's, what's that old saying? Work smarter, not harder. So my wife has said to me a few times, why don't you just get a good leaf blower and blow those leaves down into the woods? We have 4 acres. The house lot is about an acre of cleared land. The rest of it is all forest. So why don't you just get a leaf blower, a good leaf blower, and blow all those leaves down into the woods? Uh, it'll probably take me an hour of my time, and after a few years of doing it the hard way, I came to my senses and I went and bought a leaf blower. So um, before I show you the property, though, I want to point out that there's not as many leaves out there now as there would be in a normal season. I've already spent 10 hours of my time cleaning. This year, I decided to try something different, and rather than blow them all into piles and take it to the dump, I took my lawnmower with a bag on it and decided to just mow the leaves and see how that went. The problem I had with that, though, is that I was stopping every 15 or 20 feet to empty the bag. So, uh, but for the last 2 weeks, last 10 hours of my time, what I was doing is I'd mow, I'd get 15 feet, I'd take the bag, I'd dump it into the tractor bucket, I'd mow again, dump it into the tractor bucket. After about 3 bags in my tractor bucket, I had to go dump the tractor bucket into the woods. So uh, I was hoping that might be a little easier. Still a time consuming process. So uh, I broke down and I went out and I bought a leaf blower. So let me turn the camera around. I'm going to walk around the property. There's quite a bit of leaves over on one side. Not as many leaves in the middle of the yard because I did some cleanup already. The backyard I haven't really done much with, so you'll get a good representation of what we do. And then I'll put the leaf blower on. We'll do some blowing. I'll give you a demonstration. You can see how good it works. I already tested it briefly this morning. I thought I was going to do an unboxing, gas it up, do a first start and all that. But it turns out that it was already set up when I went to go pick it up. They already, they put some gas in it and they started it and gave me a rundown of the machine at the dealer. So I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't have my camera for that at the time. So anyways, let's turn the camera around. Let's walk around the property and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so over here at the front corner of my lot, you can see we've got these big, I think they're maples. I'm not 100% certain what they are, but we have 3 trees over here. And you can see there's quite a bit of leaves here. And would you believe I've already spent 2 days here? I already cleaned this area. I've already cleaned up twice already. In both times, I didn't have quite as much as there is out there right now, but I had probably about if you take both cleanups that I did, I would say double the amount of leaves I have here right now, and that's what would be here had I not touched it at all. Uh, so that's a lot of leaves. Definitely more than a 20-volt DeWalt can handle. I would have gone like even just what's here now. I'd go through at least two 9 amp hour batteries just cleaning that up. So let's take a walk. This is the area that I already mowed. I just mowed this like 5 days ago, so there's not quite as much here. Uh, I mowed probably right up to about that tree right there. I don't know if focus, come on. That tree right there. And then beyond that tree, I did mow the leaves up about a week and a half ago. So again, what's over here right now is not nearly as much as there would be had I not done anything yet. So, but I think this is another maple. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not good with tree breeds, but this tree is still falling, so I've got a lot more to go. Got some over here. That tree's still falling. And then you can see I've got a lot of trees back here, depending on which way the wind is blowing will determine how much leaves I get in my yard, I guess. But, but you can see there's quite a bit of leaves here. So this should be a pretty good test to see how that leaf blower works. And just so you know, it rained out last night, so the leaves are damp. They're not super wet. It's been mostly a dry past couple weeks, but we got some rain last night, so the leaves are a little wet. So this should be a good test for this leaf blower. You can see all the leaves up along the fence here. And if you look down here, you can see this is a slope and it just goes way down. There's some wetlands way down there, but this is what my wife was talking about. Rather than blowing these into little piles and taking them to the dump, just blow them down into the woods. And, I can see why she says that. At some time in the future, I'd like to get the tractor and clear a path down here. There's some wetlands here down the bottom, and then we have like another 3 acres of dry land on the other side of it. And there's only one way to access it. There's like a land strip that crosses over, but it's way overgrown right now. And at some point, it probably wouldn't happen for another year or two, but maybe I'll get down there with like a brush hog, or maybe if I can clear a path with the tractor, maybe I'll clear that land strip so that we can access our land back there. And, with maybe the intention of building a little cabin back there, like a discreet off-grid cabin in the back. It could be fun with the kids to camp back there and stuff, but you can see we got a lot more leaves here. This tree's still falling. There's a couple more trees that gotta fall. And say hello to Layla. There's my dog Layla. And back here, there's not a lot of leaves back here, but what we have, and I already know this works, but what we have back here is we've got pine trees, and these pine needles end up all over the place. And quite honestly, the DeWalt blower can't even move them. So they just pile up, and it makes it difficult to grow grass back here because of that. So I tried the leaf blower this morning, and it pushed the pine needles out like they didn't even exist. So this area right here had some leaves on it, and there was some leaves between the garage this morning, and I tried just experimenting with the leaf blower, and it pushed it really well. So this tree right here is still falling. We got a couple more over here that have fallen, and we've just got a lot of leaves here. But like I said, this would take me 20 to 30 hours of my time doing it the way I've been doing it the past couple of years. And one thing I want to point out over here, these are all acorn trees. So I got a couple piles back here. This is the debris from when I mulched with the lawnmower, and then I just took it back here and dumped it in piles with the tractor. So I already tried blowing that one, and it just blew it with ease. Uh, so this pile, I don't want the piles to just keep getting bigger and bigger. So I'm going to take the leaf blower and I'm going to blow these piles down the hill into the woods further. So anyway, so that's what we're working with on the property. And so let's get the leaf blower started and we'll show you how it works. Okay, so this is a cold start, or at least what I consider a cold start. I did run this at about 9 o'clock this morning for about 10 minutes. It's now after 1 p.m., so 9, 10, 11, 12. So about 4 hours it's been sitting. There's fuel in it. I did purchase the STIHL pre-mixed gallon of fuel. And the reason I bought it is one, it's ethanol free. It's a little pricey. It's like 35 bucks, but for a gallon. But it's pre-mixed, and STIHL doubles your warranty period if you purchase their fuel at the same time you purchase the leaf blower. So I bought this from an Ace Hardware. I had to travel like 15 miles to a different store because the two closest, I have two Ace Hardware stores within a mile of me, and both of them didn't have this model. But they register the machine for you at the store at the time of purchase, and if there's any problems, I thought there was a 2-year warranty, and buying the fuel doubled it to 4 years. But the guy at the store told me that it was a 3-year warranty and that I'm getting 6 years. I'm going to have to verify that, but that's what he told me. So it's a cold start. I don't think I need to prime it because there's fuel inside the bubble here, but I was told that you don't have to worry about over priming it. So I'm going to just prime it anyway. I'm going to turn the choke to on, and I'm going to give it a pull. I'm going to turn it to half choke. There it goes. All right, so I'm going to throw this on my back, and we're going to head over and do some leaf blowing. All right, so where I'm going to head first is I'm going to head over here by the fence. And we're going to head over by the sandbox. There's a pretty good amount of leaves over here. I'm just going to throttle it up and see how it works. I think I'm going to move this way. So take a look. Look at that. So with my DeWalt blower, this would have took me an hour. It only took me a minute. It's crazy. This thing is fantastic. So I'm gonna come up here. You can see there's a good amount of leaves right here, right? I'm gonna blow some of this down into the woods, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like after I blow it. Look at that. It's amazing. I would have been here for 2 hours doing this with my DeWalt blower and the tractor. It's just... I don't know if you'll be able to see this. There's a big pile right here that I was dumping in the woods from when I was using the lawnmower. It's amazing. So let's take a look at this path that I just cleared out in all of what, 3 or 4 minutes? It went from that to that, right down the middle. So that's a pretty good demonstration of what this thing can do. So I feel like that's a pretty good demonstration on what this thing can do. Just a quick note, it's got a cruise control here. I didn't use it. That can turn, and it's an adjustable cruise control. You can set it at, it's like a variable speed. And then if you push the trigger down right there, that turns the machine off. So I feel like that's a pretty good demonstration on what this blower can do. So now that I've given it a demo and I've showed you what it does, I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to talk a little bit more. Maybe I'll go over some of the specs. And we'll talk about why I chose the 450 over some of the more expensive higher end ones like the 600 and the 700 and the 800. Because in all reality, there's not a huge price difference between each tier. So Let's talk about why I picked the 450 over the others. Okay, so I'm out here on my porch. It's a beautiful day, by the way. It's like 70 degrees out right now, and on October 30th, the next 2 days, I'm on vacation, and the next 2 days are going to be near 80 degrees. So uh, I sense motorcycle rides coming up in the next couple days for me. But anyway, so I grabbed my laptop because I wanted to go over a couple of the things that helped me determine, uh, getting the 450 versus, say, the 350 or the 430 or the 600 or even the 800. And, most of these, as you step up in increments, there's about a $50 price difference from, one step to the next. And, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot of money. So, I guess I ruled out the 350 right away. I just, and the main reason is because doing my research, uh, everything that I heard, and I've never had a gas powered leaf blower before. I've never even used one until today. So, um, everything that I've heard is that whatever you think you might need, go the next step up. And though I think the 350 might have been okay, uh, I just, for the extra money, the for the price difference, I just felt like, moving up to the next level was the way to go. And so the 350 has, I'm going to go through some of the specs. So the 350 has wind speed of 201 miles per hour. And that sounds like a lot because my DeWalt leaf blower only has about 95 miles per hour. So that's like more than double the wind speed. CFMs though is what, from what I've my research, is what moves piles, like volume. So the the 350 says that it has a max CFM of 436 CFM, and it's a little bit more than my DeWalt leaf blower, but it's not a lot. So I kind of ruled that out because I was just like, spec wise, the CFMs just weren't that much more. Even though the MPG, the miles per hour rating was much higher, I just ruled out the 350. And the 350 sells for $429. So uh, I figured, whatever, that one's out. So the next logical step for me would have been the 430, the BR430. And that one also has a 219 mile per hour wind speed, which is, again, more than double what my DeWalt has. The CFMs are slightly higher than the 350. It has 500 CFMs. Again, that probably would have been a perfect solution for me. And it's only $20 more. So I almost went with that one, but then I discovered the 450. And for the price, the 450 jumps up, the BR450 is $499. So it's about $50 more than I would have spent on the BR430. And what you get for that is much, much greater CFMs. It gives you 642 CFMs, also with a wind speed of 219 miles per hour. So I feel like 642 CFMs is a really good increase in volume when comparing it to my DeWalt blower. Uh, and it had some other features that I liked. It had the telescopic tube, which I love. It had a better back padding, which I liked. And, they just, I don't know, it just seemed to be, ergonomically, it felt better to me. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted that one. So I figured $499 was, the right price point. I told myself I didn't want to spend more than $500. And then when I started doing my research, I said, all right, I might have to spend $600. But I almost got hooked into going a little higher because I looked at the BR600, and that is when you jump from a two-stroke to a four-stroke stroke. You still have to mix the gas. So there's some confusion around this, but from my understanding, it's a 4-stroke motor, but it still requires mixed oil and fuel. So, but for the extra $50, there wasn't a huge difference. This one has about 19 miles per hour more wind speed. This one has 238 mile per hour wind speed, and it has 677 CFM. So, uh, not a huge difference. You're going from 640 to 642 to 677. In my opinion, that's not a huge bump. But the advantage between the 450 BR450 and the BR600 is that the BR450 is a smaller package. It's smaller on your back. When you sit them side by side, the 6, 7, and 800 series, they're just physically these ginormous machines. And I tried them on. I almost got hooked into the 800 because the dealer closest to me, only a mile down the road, had one on the floor. It was a floor model, and he said he'd give it to me for $600. So I almost got hooked into that. $600 for a BR800. That's a great deal. But the 700 and the 800 series are way more leaf blower than I'll ever need, because I'm only going to use it a few times a year for fall cleanup. Maybe I might discover some other uses for it, but I'll probably still go to my DeWalt blower for just random stuff here and there, just for the convenience of the battery. But uh, the physical size of the 600, 700, and 800 series was what was trying to get me away from it. And that's why I went to the 450. And I feel like the 450 is a good balance between, I would say the 450 is a high-end homeowner, entry-level commercial blower. So it's kind of like that. It's right at that fine line of where you could cross over from a homeowner to a commercial blower. It could go either way. So if you're a homeowner, it's like as good as it gets for you type thing. And if you're a new landscaper just starting out, it's a good affordable option. So, and it'll serve you well for probably many years until your business is up and running and you can buy something bigger. But uh, that's how I made my decision on going with the 450. It was the size, the spec comparison between the 450 and the 600. They were so close in spec that I felt like it had to be a good blower, right? The 600 was sort of like the gold standard for landscapers for the STIHL brand anyways, for many, many years. And they've been making it for 15, 16, 18 years or something, and they're still selling it. So it's got to be a good blower, right? And so the 450, the specs are just so close. And so anyway, that's how I came up with my decision on this. Again, it's my first day with this leaf blower. These are my initial impressions. Hopefully the longevity of the leaf blower is there. Hopefully this lasts me many, many years. Having a 6-year warranty is fantastic. I love that. And what I anticipated would have been another 15 hours out here of cleaning it the old way is probably going to take me maybe an hour or two. And then I can go enjoy this beautiful weather, jump on the motorcycle, and do what I want and not spend as much time out here. So anyways, I hope this video is helpful for anybody that's looking at leaf blowers, especially if you're looking at STIHL leaf blowers and you're trying to make the same decisions I was making. I hope that the demonstration of it pushing leaves was helpful if you're looking for a leaf blower. And I don't think you can go wrong with it. Again, like I said, it's my first day, but I anticipate years and years of flawless use out of that. I mean, STIHL is a good brand from my research. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps. I hope you'll like and subscribe. Again, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm almost at 2,000 subscribers. When I get there, I'm going to do a giveaway. I think I'm going to do like an Amazon gift card giveaway. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do like one giveaway for like say $100, or if I'm going to do, say, a couple of giveaways with maybe a $25, a $25, and a $50. I don't know. But one way or another, I'm going to do an Amazon gift card giveaway when I hit the 2,000 subscriber mark. So like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a blessed day.